it's Teri from the Carnegie Library, and today we are going to do a fun craft, and it's really geared towards 7 and up, just because we're playing with small beads like these little pony beads, and it takes kind of dexterity in the fingers. You can do it with younger children, but it would be adult supervision required. So we're going to make pipe cleaner superheroes today that are bendable. So a lot of fun. What you will need is you will need some felt to make the cape out of. You will need 3 pipe cleaners, any color, doesn't matter. This will be for the body, so whatever color you want your body to be. You will need at least 2 of the disposable straws, and they can be plastic ones like this, or they can be the paper ones, it doesn't matter. You will need, let's see, 2, 4, 6. You'll need 7 of the pony beads, and they're the ones like this, if you can see. And I did 5 of one color and 2 of another color, and the 2 of another color are for my knees of my superhero, so you can do it different colors as well. 3 of them are going to make up the body, 2 are going to make up the elbows, and 2 are going to make up the knees, just to let you know, so if you want to do different colors. You will need some kind of circular type thing for the head. I just happen to have this kind of styrofoam head left over from another craft that I did, so I could go ahead and paint it. You can use just regular styrofoam. If you don't have anything like that, you can make it out of another chenille stem or pipe cleaner. You can make a head out of a pop bottle top like I did. But keep in mind, if you do make it out of this, you're gonna have to see if you can get your parent to make a hole out of the bottom. You can even make it out of something like I made this one out of a googly eye that I had laying around, and you could just glue it onto the pipe cleaner, as you will see in a minute. You will also need some kind of either paint pens or Sharpie markers, and that is so whenever you do have a head, you can color your hair on. So it needs to be like a black or brown or yellow for blonde hair, and some kind of superhero color such as red or blue or even gold, silver, so that you can make their mask color. Like I made mine red because I like the color red. And then you will also need googly eyes, which I think I put in my pocket. I did. Googly eyes to put on the head. And of course, glue and scissors. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do, the first thing you would do is, if you have a head, you would paint the goggles on, and then you would set it over to dry. Once it's dry, you would put the eyeballs on. So that's what I'm going to do now, is put googly eyes on. And the reason you do that first is so that that can dry while you're making the rest of your superhero. And you only want a little bit of glue. You don't want it too much, otherwise it won't be dry by the time you're ready for it. And you can kind of add little extras if you want to, all you want. Like if you have yarn at home, you can put yarn hair on here if you want. It's all up to you. All right. So now mine has googly eyes on there. So I'll put that to the side to dry. So the next thing you would normally do is you would take your straw and you would cut it. And what you're going to do is you might need a ruler as well. I just eyeball it, but I've done this for a long time, so I can eyeball measurements. But you want to cut 4 1-inch pieces, and 1-inch pieces will be about this size. So you would cut 4 1-inch pieces. All right, so about that size. So I already have mine pre-cut, so 4 of these. And then you want to cut, that's for the arms. Then you want to cut 4 2-inch pieces, so about this long. And again, you might want to have a tape measure or a ruler. If you have an iPhone, I think there's a measurement thing on the iPhone too. So about this long. And again, I have mine pre-cut, so I didn't have to worry about it. All right, so once you have those cut, those are for the legs. The longer ones are the legs, the shorter ones are for the arms. Once you do that, you're ready to put your guy together, okay? So you're gonna take your 3 pieces of pipe cleaner and you're gonna put them together. So the first 2, you're gonna put it like an X, like this, all right? And you're gonna twist it. I like to twist it like twice. And you wanna kind of make sure that it's kind of the same length. And mine's a little off. So let me kind of adjust it a little bit. You can always cut to measure if you don't get it exactly right. And then you're going to take your 3rd piece and you're going to wrap it around the middle. And you want it to kind of be the same length as well. And I wrap it also twice. All right, so now you kind of have your little body. And it looks like it has a body with 2 heads. All right. So you're going to take 3 of your colored beads and we're going to make the body first, all right? So you're going to take 2 of these middle pieces and hold them together and we're going to slide 3 beads on and go all the way up. And if you want to make a little longer body, you can do that too. It's up to you. So now I have my little body, all right? So the next thing I want to do is I want to make its arms. So I'm going to slide on one of these short pieces of straw, followed by one of the pony beads, and then another short piece of straw. And then I think this is a little too long, because we're going to want to fold it in and put it back into the straw here. And we're going to make a little hand. And I think that there's going to be just too much. It's going to make too big of a hand. So I'm going to cut just a little bit off, maybe about an inch, if you still have your ruler. So I'm going to kind of put that in a little bit. And I should have a little loop left about like this, all right? So I'm going to kind of squish it and kind of make a thumb. And then a hand. So, hold on. I accidentally pulled out my straw a little bit, so there was actually more left than what I thought. All right. So see, I made a thumb and a hand. And now I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to take the small straw and slip it on a bead, and then a small straw again. And then again, I think this is a little too long, so I'm going to take about an inch off and fold it in a little bit. And that's completely adjustable how much you want to fold in. Then I want to make a thumb. And the way you make your thumb is you kind of squish it together, kind of like pinching. So there's my hand on that one. And what these little beads do is now you can make an elbow. See? Now he has bendable arms. All right, so now we're ready for the legs. So we're gonna do the same thing basically as the arms, but we're gonna do it with the long straws. So we're gonna take the long straw and go up, and I'm gonna do both legs at the same time. Long straw, go up, and I have different color for my legs. These are really considered like the kneecaps, all right? So I have red instead of blue because I wanted it to be different. And then I do long straw and long straw because you know our legs are longer than our arms, right? And then we're gonna make feet. And you're gonna have a little extra, so you wanna kind of put that inside the straw here. You wanna make sure you have the straw all the way up, because see, I did not have the straw all the way up, and now I have this space here, and it looks kind of not right. So now I've got to kind of do it again. You want it pretty, you want it where there's no space between the pieces of straw and the bead and the pieces of straw and the pipe cleaner. And you want your feet to be about the same length. Otherwise, it's kind of weird, you know, having a guy that has two different size feet. Okay. So here's my guy. He can move his arms. He can move his legs, right? So we're doing good, right? So now we want to move on to his head. And we already know that this is going to be way long than what we need. So whatever head we have to have some way to attach it to this body. In my case, I have a hole in the head. If you have something else like the bottle top, you're going to have your parent help you put a hole in it. If you have something like this, all you have to do is kind of glue it on here and then cut off the extra. I know that this is going to be too long, so I'm just going to kind of cut off the extra now. And I want to make it where it goes in easy, so I'm going to twist this so it goes in kind of like one pipe cleaner. And if you have something like a bead or something like this also, you want to put a little bit of glue on your pipe cleaner so that when it does go on, and I still think this is a little too long, you can kind of guess how long it's going to be, and that's still, I think, a little too long. So let me cut a little more off. Do you want to put a little bit of glue on here so that when it goes inside your bead head or whatever, it'll stay? So let's see how, all right. So I'm going to stick it in the hole here and put it on. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot one step. Let me see if I can take it off. Oh, good. Shoo. Scary there for a minute. I forgot something. Before you do that, what you have the felt for is that you're going to cut out a cape. And the way I do it is kind of make something that looks like an umbrella, okay? And then I make a little wavy bottom. So whenever it's on my superhero, it kind of looks like it's flapping in the breeze. And then you can glue it on, that's fine. But I wanted to do something different. I'm going to put a little hole here at the top, right up here. And I'm going to just slide it over the top part of the pipe cleaner so that it's just on there and it won't fall off. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to kind of fold this in half. And then I'm going to kind of nick it right here with my scissors. Not all the way, just a little bit. Just so that it makes a little hole like that. And then I am going to put it on like this. Then I'll put my head on. And you can also put, you know, like an S for Superman, or you can put a lightning bolt, or whatever you think is a cool superhero sign on the back of your cape. And then there you have it. Your superhero dude is all finished. Isn't that cool? And you can bend them, you can fly them around, you can attach them to things, everything. So now you know how to make one. You can make several and decorate them however you want to. So now we're done. I hope you enjoyed the